Hello, fellow humans. Welcome. I wanted to tell a little story about chess. So, I play chess, and I actually like to play speed chess. I actually, last week, started a Twitch channel, which you may have seen. I did a live stream of me playing poker, but I also did one with my friend playing chess. And unfortunately, was still figuring out how that works, and that video was not recorded. Maybe fortunately, maybe that's a good thing. But I wanted to talk about chess, specifically speed chess. So there's obviously different types of chess variations, and with speed chess, particularly 1 minute and 3 minute, which are the kinds I like to play a lot. It's a totally different game. Regular correspondence chess, it's much more allowance of time for strategizing and playing tactics and all that. Speed chess is really about controlling the game, controlling the tempo, and not running out of time. So the story I'm going to tell specifically relates to 1 minute chess. It's called bullet chess because this is where time is huge. Sometimes what will happen is your opponent will make a huge blunder. They'll drop their queen, a move that typically is a game-ending move. But because it's so fast, because you only have 1 minute to win, either by checkmating or by your opponent running out of time, there's still a chance for your opponent to win it. And what sometimes happens is you think, I just took a huge piece. I've got this in the bag. And now you just start playing defensively and you start playing not to lose. And you maybe don't move quite as fast because all you're really thinking about is not screwing up your huge lead. Meanwhile, your opponent, he's got nothing to lose, and he starts just going at you. He starts playing aggressive. He's playing fast. He's playing so fast that you start having to play faster just because you don't want to be the one to run out of time. And sometimes when this happens, you'll blunder a piece. You'll lose your queen, or you might run out of time. And this happens because your strategy changes from playing to win to playing not to lose. Why I bring this up is we're 1 week away from the election. And I hear a lot of analysis on why Biden is going to win and why this is different from 2016 and how the polls are a much wider difference between Trump and Biden than it was between Hillary and Trump 4 years ago. I hear all that. It makes sense. I agree with the logic. I hope it's right. But I am going into this assuming that that's all out the window and actually expecting Trump to win because I don't want the focus to become, let's just not blow this huge lead. We know that Trump is and has been pulling out anything he can to try to suppress the vote, to try to instill a lack of confidence in the integrity of voting, discourage mail-in voting, and he's going to continue to do that. He's rallying every day. He's desperate. But desperate people, when people feel like they don't have anything to lose, they're dangerous. And I'm concerned about being up that queen that's worth 9 points, and just switching to a defensive game plan. I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I was going to do calls for Joe Biden, or that I was thinking about it. If I'm being honest, I didn't make any calls. I just couldn't do it. I did a couple practice calls with my wife and my kids, And I just couldn't do it. They have a script, and to me, the important thing about trying to encourage the vote is that there's got to be genuineness there. If somebody can hear me being fake, I don't think that that's really doing any favors to Joe Biden. So I made the decision to not make the calls. Doesn't mean that I'm not still interested in him winning or Trump losing, but I have to be able to say it in my own way. And it got me to thinking about my video a while back on capping the well. If you haven't seen that one, if you want to watch it to hear the metaphor that I make, I'll put a link to it at the end of the video. Hey, never hurts to do a little self-promotion, right? So doing that story made me realize something, that as much as I've been kind of expressing my my dissatisfaction with the lack of voter turnout and voter enthusiasm in my generation, and even more so in Gen Z, I also learned that there are people in older demographics who are also fed up with the system and just considering just sitting out. I don't know if that's still the case with a lot of people, but it did make me realize that this can't be taken for granted in any way. We can't just bank on getting the young people to vote. We have to remain steadfast and vigilant in our collective desire to change things up. So we're in the home stretch right now. We're in that 1 minute chess game. We're up 9 points, but it's not over. We just need to make sure that we are playing to win until the very, very end. Not playing defensively, not playing not to lose, but playing to win. So please keep that in mind. Talk to anybody that you know, anybody that might still be on the fence, or somebody that maybe you just don't talk about politics with, and you don't know what they think. That it can't hurt at this point. When I was thinking about making those calls for Joe Biden, I need to be able to tell people that, yeah, I'm a disgruntled Bernie Sanders supporter, but I realize that we need to cap the well, hence my pointing out my cap the well video. But that's what I have to be able to say. I have to be able to speak to my truth. So if that's something that you can do, there's people out there that can hear that message and possibly be swayed to put their feelings aside, to put their whatever sense of selling out that they may have for the good of this one time, this one election. This is a pivotal moment. So let's just make sure at this very end point of our 1 minute chess game, we're playing to win, not playing not to lose. Thanks a lot for checking me out. I'll be talking with you all again really soon. Have a great rest of your day. And remember, don't be afraid to question the consensus.